Hello? Who is round? Who's awake? Who wants to play? Who wants to play? Oh, Linda wants to play. Linda wants to play. Patricia wants to play. CJ wants to play. Oh, Mitz is there too. CJ, did you see that you won over with Selena? I was watching her video and you won something over there. I forgot what you won. Congratulations. Well, we're still having the heat here. It just will not let up. Humidity, heat, everything. So it's been a pretty long, exhausting week. CJ, you won. CJ won. Not anything with me, over with Selena. I saw it a couple of days on her video. She has, the giveaways every week. So how many of you found some envelopes? Last time we were together, I said, hey, let's do something with some envelopes and we'll do it together. I don't know if we'll do it tonight, but this is a reminder. We might do some of it if you guys have some of the envelopes, or if you just want to figure out what the heck we're doing with the envelopes. We can do something with them. Yeah, CJ, it was, I think every week I think she pulls 3 names, and she pulled your name. But I can't remember what the prizes were, to tell you the truth. We'll have to go check. Hey, Darla. Oh, Mitz is here. She's still here. Okay, so you got your envelopes? Great. Mitz is ready to play. Hi, Anne. Well, those of you that were at, I forget how long ago this was, a couple of weeks ago, I guess. I lose track of time. But at Patty's live sale, she was selling these albums, and she had one that was kind of chewed up and everything. And I bought it, and I got it in the mail. And look how cute. Look how cute. And she sold it. Oh, heat stroke. She sold it relatively, because these things are expensive, relatively cheap, because it was kind of all messed up. And so my project is going to be what to do with it. Now that I've seen it up real, I had an idea of what I was going to do, but it's pretty cracked, and it's got some pieces missing. You can probably see it all there. And hi, Mags. And so I completely changed my mind from what I thought I was going to do with it. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to glue all of this down. I'm going to try and fill this a little tiny bit with some, I don't know, maybe some kind of texture paste, or maybe some spackling or something, and try and smooth it as much as possible, and then sand it down. And then I have some thin gold sheets for gilding. I mean, really gold, not you know, the fake stuff. I have some gold, and I'm going to gild this. And when I do that, all of these designs that you see is just going to be spectacular. And then I'll come back and antique it. I'm going to give it the finish that I used to do on antique um, frames. I used to work in this for this gentleman that hand carved frames. I probably mentioned it before, and I was one of his gilders. So that's what I'm going to do with this, and I think it will make it pretty unique. Um, and I think it'll look cool. I mean, I can't ruin it. It's already ruined, but I think it'll look cool. And what's nice about this is the latch. Does it work? It's there. Does it work? Uh-oh. Yeah. The latch works just fine. The back is pretty beat up, but it's still pretty. I mean, it isn't like it's fallen off or anything. It's just got, you know, I mean, this thing's probably 100 years old. So for 100 years old, I think it's in excellent shape. So that's what I do with that. There was no photographs in this one, but that's okay, because then I have another plan of what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll scan some of these, see how it looks like if I make them smaller to be the size of a regular page or something. But anyway, so that came in the mail, so that was fun. Hi, Mary. Who else has popped in? Tanya. Hi, Tanya. So anyway, like I say, that's going to be the plan for this one. And then I never, ever, just so you don't think I find these things, I never find these, ever. The only ones I've ever gotten are online on the sales. But I did venture out this week. Why? I don't know. It was so stinking hot. But I figured, hey, maybe because it's so hot, maybe other people won't be going out, right? Hey, Vicki. Oh, so I know, Vicki. It's just been too hot. It's crazy. It's just crazy time. Anyway, so you can see this one's really rough. I mean, this is rough. Yucky rough, right? But, ta-da! It has pictures. So that made it all worth it. So basically, you know, I bought the pictures because this is, you know, it's in bad shape and it doesn't have the clasp, but I'll show you the pictures. They're pretty cool. Whoops, which way am I going? It says Michigan, Boston Photo Company, Holland, Michigan. He looks like he's in the Civil War. And she looks like she needs a mint julep. Oh, CJ, just hush. We don't want to hear about how cool it is over there where you are. Look at the little baby. Oh, great. Now it's freezing over there. Snow on the hills. Oh, my gosh. Well, it won't be long before we can say it's cool. She's pretty. Get me off of here. That's what I mean, Max. When it gets to be cool here, you're going to be complaining about how hot it is. And we'll just go, la-di-da. It's funny. Some of these pictures, these older pictures, I mean, they look the time period. This guy looks very contemporary. He could be a person today. He doesn't look like you could pinpoint what century he comes from. Three little monsters. They're just waiting to get into trouble. Look at them. Can we get these bow ties off of us? They look like sissies. That's what they're saying. Look at those bow ties. Boy, Mary, you'd have fun drawing all these, wouldn't you? That's a cute baby. No gangsters here, Mary. She is so cute. And I was looking at her. For some reason, she reminded me of the little small baby pictures like of Elizabeth Taylor. You know, those deep set, dark eyes and the hair. For some reason, she reminded me of her. Some of the baby pictures they've shown of her. Obvious sisters. They look almost the same. And these little kids, so cute. I was looking at the back. Look at that mirror back there. It's so ornate. It's beautiful. And some more babies. You gotta love the babies. Okay. So this was special because obviously the pictures were in there. But wait till you see this. Now I'm telling you, I never ever find these things. So it's like, super duper time for me. And I've never ever seen one like this. Period. Whoops. Oh, I've got the mirror. That's going to be a problem. Well, as long as I don't make it glare too much. I don't want it to take a picture of the camera. This is some kind of metal. It's a tin. Isn't that cool? I have never seen a tin one. And of course it has this mirror on here. And this is a bell. For some reason it's this way, but this is a bell. It says good luck and liberty. And it's got, again, I don't want it to make the camera go crazy seeing itself. It has, look at these corners here, how beautiful. And look at this here. Whoops. And then on either end, it has these little hangers. It's not the kind that's propped up on that back like some of them, but it looks like this was literally hung on something. And then it's hard to find the front and the back in good condition. And look at this. This looks like it's brand new. Look at that. I mean, it looks and it feels brand new. Even this here. There's no way, hardly anywhere at all. The only place that I found any kind of wear is a little bit right here. Very, very little. And right here. And it looks like it may have torn or something, and it's been glued down because it's not flopping around. It's it feels, that's probably where it was hung, because that's right there where that hanger is. Okay, so I don't want to get the camera crazy, so I'm going to cover up the mirror. Now where there is damage is here. There's water damage right here. But because this is metal, it didn't damage it. But at some point, this all right here got all wet. Oops, let me get it in. And, well, see, the orientation is because it was hung that way. So the orientation of the pictures is this way. So it's kind of goofy. It's a little goofy. But look at the baby. But look at this. Look at how beautiful. I mean, and this is one of my favorite colors. Anything that's remotely into the aqua seafoam greenish kind of color, and then with the gold, it's just so beautiful. It reminds me of peacocks. I can't help it. It looks a little more blue on the monitor, but here it is a little bit more of a green to it. It's really beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to have to do the slip and slide here. Look at these. And of course, some are going all different directions. The eyes are so pretty. I don't know if it's a little boy or a little girl, but the eyes are so cute. And that's just sitting in there. Old farmhouse. Oh, it's a postcard. No date. Ooh, they look mysterious. Still no date. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's all the pictures. Yeah, those are all the pictures that are in here. But just look how beautiful this is. And this is all, I don't know if it's showing it, but this is all, you know, gilded somehow. It's some kind of gold. And it's still as vibrant as the day it was put down. I don't think this section was ever used because some of that paper where the picture goes in, it's not even, I don't think it's been completely separated for the picture to go in. Yeah, I don't think this was used at all. And now in the back, it's got water damage on this last one and on here. So the first page and the last page has the water damage. But isn't that just gorgeous? Ta-da! Anyway, so I'm gonna have a lot of scanning to do with these pictures and stuff like that, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So let me put this to the side. And it's heavy, you know, because it's got the metal in it. Okay, so now that we've drooled on all that, remember I had mentioned something about doing some stuff with some envelopes. And I suggested you get at least, what was it, 5 envelopes or something? I even forget what I told you guys. I think it was 5, more or less, 5 or 6. And they could be new, they can be used, it can be whatever. But they needed to be kind of sort of, you know, the same size. I tried to find some that were varied in size, but I didn't have any that you know, that weren't like too small or way too big. These are about the only ones I had these size, but it'll still work, and it'll be just fine. All right, so if the envelopes that you have already, you know, are decorated and, you know, they're used, well, great. If not, then that would be the thing that we would be doing. Try to, you know, make them look like they're used. Now the way these are going to be put together, I was going to make a sample one and just show it to you so you know what we're doing, but I was too lazy because I figured, no, then I have to do 2 of them. That one and the one with you. And I've been crazy busy, so I didn't have the time to do that. So we'll just do it together. But basically, in general, this is what we're going to be doing. And this is not my idea. It's not original. I saw this on a video that's about 7 or 8 years old. And so it's not my idea, but I thought it was super cool. Okay, in principle, this is what we're going to do. The top one is the only one that is completely going to show. The rest of them are going to be stacked underneath, but you still want them to have the illusion that, that they're used envelopes, that they have things in them, because it's going to look like you have a bundle of envelopes. And as I'm saying this, some of you are going to go, oh, I know exactly what she's doing, because it's an old thing and you've probably seen it before. So we want to age them. We want them to look old. And you can do that by, you can still go ahead. I'm going to use like my fake postage stuff because some of the corners might show. I have some of these that I'm going to, put one on the corner of each one. And so it'll still kind of look like it's real. And then after we decorate the fronts, then you're going to get some cardboard. Now, I got some packages, and so I just cut up the packages, the boxes, and I figured with the thickness of the priority ones, I needed 2 because it was kind of thin for my liking. All right, so then what we do is we're going to decorate, I said, the envelope, and then these are going to go inside so that it creates the illusion that they're stuffed with something. It gives it a little bit of thickness, and we'll do that with all of them. And then once they are all decorated and this is all put inside, then they're going to be put in a little pile, and they might be staggered a little bit. You don't want it to be a perfect pile. That's why we're going to go ahead and decorate all of them, because a little portion of it will show. And then it's going to create some depth because we're basically going to have, let's see, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus that one. So it's going to end up, when we get them all stuffed, it's going to be at least that thick. All right. And if you want to stuff more stuff into it to make them thicker, you can even do that. Or if you want to add more envelopes, if you want it thicker, you can do that. But anyway, I hope I'm not completely confusing you guys. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Oh, all right. So chime in there if I'm completely confusing you guys. All right. So then once these are all put in there together and we kind of stagger them out, what we're going to end up doing is this is going to create a little box. And we're going to cut, I don't know what size yet. We'll figure it out later. Maybe it'll be a little smaller than that. Let's just for the sake of illustration, as they say. Let's say about that size. So now imagine each one of these, we're going to cut a hole in each one of these. And when we do cut them, because we're going to have them staggered, you just can't go ahead and, put the hole in the center of each one, because then they're going to have to stack up on the center of each one. So these will be cut individually depending on how you want them, to sit and rest. And if you want this one cocked a little bit like that, well, then your first one is going to have to be at an angle, because you want to imagine this being straight with the others being kind of off center. And so you kind of have to judge it that way. So when it comes to cutting this one, you would cut it like that as opposed to like that. I know I'm probably not explaining this right because we're not actually doing it yet, but I want to kind of let you know where we're headed so that, um, you know what our objective is. All right, so they'll all be like that. And the very, very top one will have, you'll have another one of these, or you can use an envelope that you already have, and that will create, let's say this is the top one. Let's say we cut this, these are all cut, and this is the only one we haven't cut. And then say we put this letter like here and that letter right there. And then we would glue these down. And so this is going to be your lid, right? This is going to be a lid because these are going to be all cut into a hole. And you're basically creating a niche for a little miniature. I think of it as a little miniature journal that we would put in there. You could put other things, whatever you want to kind of like hide in your little stack of letters. And so that is the end goal. This will be sitting up here, and I imagine this all maybe tied up with some twine to look like it's, bundled up. And then we'll create a hinge right here. And then this will open up, and you'll have your box where you can put whatever. The hole will be about that big. And then these will all be glued together. And then we'll line the little niche that's in there with some kinds of papers or something, whatever we decide. And then you'll have room to either put, something a little special, or if you want to put a little journal or whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, clear as mud. Oh gosh. It's kind of hard to explain when you don't have a finished product to show you, but you guys know, I mean, you're all crafty, so I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, no matter how clumsy I said it. Okay, so now that it's perfectly clear what we're doing, then the ones that are going to be kind of staggered on the bottom, they don't have to be perfect. Like you don't have to have an address and stuff like that, because that part's all going to be cut out anyway. So really the only thing we need to concern ourselves about when it comes to decorating these bottom ones is maybe the corner here and maybe a tiny bit of a return address or something. That isn't even necessary. But I would say the corner where it would normally be stamped with something, that would be the thing that we would be concerned about. So let's just begin. If you've got your stuff, go run and go get at least one, to play around with if you have an envelope, because it really doesn't matter the size that you pick, but now that you know we're going to be cutting, like for instance, if you had one this size and one that size, as far as the ones that are cutting, this wouldn't work because you'd almost be cutting the whole thing out. So they can't be that much smaller than each other. When you put them on the lid, of course, they can be smaller because you're not going to cut them. So they can be as small as you want when you put them on the lid. But these that are going to be staggered, it's probably easier if you do just get them all the same size. You can have that other illusion on your top one. All right, so enough chitter chatter. So I need some glue, which I have right behind me here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these. You guys might have some stamps that you collect. It just happens these are still on part of the envelope, and they're almost the same color, so that's kind of perfect. And do something like that. Or if you have these kinds, any kind of stamps that are related to postage, you can put that on there. And and that'll work. That has a very clear date, and that's going to get covered up. Let me get the ones that aren't very clear and aren't that old. Wow, these are all old. They're all from the 30s. Hold on. Yeah, these are all from the 30s. Well, I guess I have to sacrifice some. Okay, that one's not too clear, so let me sacrifice this one. There, so I need about 5 of them. You pick different colors of stuff. Let's get one with some red. Got that. More of the green will show. This one's brown will show. What else do I have? I already have the red. Gonna have to duplicate something. That's okay. Let's do the purple. I like the purple one. Hi, Susan. Who did I miss? Probably people. I know I missed people. Who did I miss? Okay, so who's doing this with me right now? And who's going to do it later? This thing got beat up. Did you just get here, Susan? We are making, if you did, we are making a sort of like a little secret box with some envelopes. So right now we are decorating, boing, we're decorating the envelope, and only the corners of the envelopes are going to be exposed, so we're not too concerned about all the other area. So I'm going to put these down first, give it time to dry, and then we'll come back and do the next step. And it was just by accident. These match pretty good. Okay. Oh, okay, good, Susan. You know what's going on then, because it's kind of complicated if you just got here. Good, 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 good. My poor dogs. I open up the back door and they just stick their nose out and they look at me and they come back in. They're so spoiled rotten. They're going, nope, we're not going out there. Hey, Kathy. Kathy, did you see the stuff I got. Were you here earlier? She's a converted auction buyer now. She's gone to the dark side. All right, so how many do I have? I got the 5. Alrighty. I might get one more. I think I will. I think I'm going to want 6. I want it a little thicker, I think. Hold on. Okay. All right, let's see. Do one more red one. And I have a lot of purples. Let's just go do another purple one. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, that was kind of cool. I'll use that one instead. I haven't used that one. Hey, Beth, how you doing? Beth, do you drink wine? Beth lives up in the wine country, and I was just wondering if she drinks wine. She has all the good stuff to drink if she does. Oh, great. Beth. See, I don't drink wine either. It gives me an instant headache. It's like the sugar rush or something. I mean, I can eat other things that have sugar, but how they make wine and how that sugar is in that wine, man, it gives me a migraine too. Can't drink it at all. Okay. So now, if you were so inclined, because you're not really going to know what's going to show and what's not yet, if you have any kind of stamps, you could put little stamps here and there, which I have them, so I might as well do it. Just because. So, let's see, do I want brown or black? I think I want to use brown, I think. Coffee. And I'll stick to the edges because obviously that's the only thing that's going to show. So I'll just do little stuff like that here and there on an edge so that if it sticks out, it'll give it a little character. That's my plan anyway. Let's see. Maybe a little writing on the corner. Make it look kind of official. Maybe. Yeah. Makes it look more like a little document or something. Yeah, Kathy's gone crazy on her shopping. I'm jealous. Around here, I mean, she gave me this website to go look on, and it tells you the sales in your area. None. There was absolutely none. I think the closest one was like 100 miles away. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work for me. That's why I like freaked out when I got these. Hong Kong. Very cool. More scribbling. Let's do more scribbles. Okay, now we already know that these aren't going to show, except for maybe on the top one. So we might want to put additional something on the areas where you know it might. You know it might. Well, at least you know for sure it's not going to show here. So we might have to put some cool stuff along the edges for it to show. Let's just... already put that. That's got pretty cool stuff already. And okay. That might need something. And let's put some scribbles up here. Alrighty. Okay, we're getting there. And we can always add later if we see some empty spots that we go, I think we need to put some over there. So now, let me see what I have here. So now it depends. If you want this to look, kind of fresh and clean, you can just leave it the way it is. If you wanted to have more of a little vintage look to it, then, aging up the corners, because that's what's going to be mostly exposed, right? So we'll go ahead and do it with a little bit of aging. Why is my camera moving so much? Must have something. I don't know what I did. I must have moved something, not even knowing. All right. So not a lot, but, enough. And again, once you start stacking them, you'll see if you need to add anything. I got those albums. There was a friend of mine told me that there was going to be this big sale. It wasn't even in the paper or anything. It's basically an estate sale, basically. But it wasn't run by, around here, most of the nicer estate sales are run by these auctioneers that come in and, stage everything and price everything. And this was just done by the family. And the family came in from out of town. They had elderly relatives that were just getting rid of everything and moving closer to family. And so it was just basically word of mouth. And I went and that was that. They were there. I just lucked out. Great timing. Knew somebody who knew that the sale was going to go on, or else I wouldn't have known anything about it. And I'm starting to think maybe around here that's how it is. It's just, they're all private things that they don't even announce it or something. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet. So Kathy, private question. Private question on YouTube. The week of, hold on, let me see. The week of, let me bring up my calendar. Can I do that? Oh yeah, here we go. Week of, the weekend of the 12th of October. What does that look like for you for the workshop? To come down for the workshop. Does that weekend work for you? Because you guys had mentioned October. The reason I ask is because that week, those international artists are coming in to do some more murals downtown. So there'll be some action activity, and you can see the muralists, doing their thing on the day before when you come down. Just something to incorporate. And they're going to be down there where all those used stores are that, you know, you were going to go visit anyway. It's all in that same general area. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun. Kathy, where's what? All right, so now what we do, because, you know, you want them to like they were old, now we kind of like crunch them up a little bit so that the corners and look a little worn. This is the fun part, making a mess. Oh, I forgot to distress that one. Oh. I thought it looked a little pale. And if you're really thinking ahead, you know, you could tea dye these or coffee dye them to make them look old before you do anything to them. I'm surprised you're up, Mary. You were up, what, all hours last night? I went to bed and you were still up. And when I got up, you were still on, or on again. I don't know which. Oh, you slept today. Okay. Yeah, I looked to see if Mary was on too. I was thinking, oh no, my competition, I can't go on when Mary's on. Everybody's over at Mary's. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, that is the beginning. Now let's put some of our pieces of cardboard and see if we're getting the look that we want. And, you know, I may have not cut these right. I might have to trim them down, which it looks like I might have to already. Yep. Okay, so see, it gives it a little stability. Looks like something's in there. If you're distressing it, you might want to do a little bit of it on the back too, because it might show on that overhang when it hangs over there, and depending if it's part of your lid or not. Just a little, just a little bit. There, okay, so there's one. Okay, it's pretty good. You getting the idea? Is the concept coming together? I think so. There. Alrighty. And see, when we stack them a little bit, you'll see how it's important to have a little bit of something, you know, so that you can see a little something, something on the sides and where the stamps are. And if you just got here recently, I am not claiming this is my idea. This is just my version. It's been around forever. At least 8 years. The video I saw was 8 years old. But everything old is new again. Except for me. Alright, so we're getting our pile looking pretty good. And remember, they don't have to all go the same way. You know, you can stagger them that way too. Oops. Alrighty, we're getting there. Oop, I'm gonna have to cut some more. I need 2 more pieces. I messed up. Oh, because I got an extra one. That's right. I went and got some extra. Maybe we'll just, maybe 1 will be enough in there because we have a lot of, let's just try that and see what happens. Probably need more, but oh well. I have some scrap pieces. Put that in there. Make it a little puffier. Man, that stuff sticks. Alrighty. Look how yummy. Yummy, yummy. All right. Now this is the part I don't like. Some of you know I have sort of a X-Acto knife phobia. I do not like to cut things. But we'll have to. Okay, so the first thing we'll do. Okay, we got to get an orientation. There's got to be a simple way to do this so that I know you're out there hollering at me. Do this, do that. Because they've all, you know, the holes have to line up. So, I think what I need to do, where's my little thingamajigger? That little, I have a little cutting mat, and it's got lines on it. Oh, there it is. I think that will help. I think. We'll see. You can see it was standing up and it wasn't laying flat. Not a good thing. Okay, so now I need to find me a piece of cardboard. The size, the size of the hole. The size of the square that I want. And maybe this knot needs to be a little bit bigger than that. Maybe? Close. That would solve my problem right there if I just picked that. Okay, see, then what you would do is you would always, if you have this lined up, your little pattern would always be, you know, perpendicular, parallel, you know what I'm saying, depending which way you look, with these lines. And then you would cock your thingamajigger, your envelope, any way you want it. And that way your hole will line up, your box, whatever you want to call it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making any sense? Help me. Am I making any sense? Hi, Donna. Who else have I missed? Anyway, this is the way I'm going to do it. Whatever is easier for you, do it. But I'm thinking this is going to work for me. So as long as you keep your pattern that you're making your niche with, the size that you want, as long as you keep that straight, you can move these envelopes any way you want, and then your niche is going, they're all going to line up, and then it'll look like a, you know what I'm saying? Help, help. Okay, so that's pretty much center right there. Okay, here's a leap of faith. Let's see what happens. All right, so that would be cut like that. The next one, should have left that there. That's like that. And so maybe the next one might be a little bit like that. And this still has to stay straight. That looks straight? I think so. I'm trying to look at the... Oh, somebody just said something smart up there. But see, that means I have to get an X-Acto knife. I hate that. Okay, we got to do it. Grow up, Rosemary. Grow up. Grow up. I think I've shared this with you. I should close that so it doesn't wiggle around and move around. Safety first. Safety first. Yeah, I've always, since I can remember, I have these fear of knives or anything sharp. Not so much just a knife, but anything sharp. Where is my... And because I set myself up, then, you know, I always feel like I'm going to make a mistake. Uh-oh, look what I just did. This isn't sharp enough. Okay, that, see, I don't even sharpen my things. That one's not going to work. Is it because it's not? Oh, I hate this. Why am I doing this? I'm going to have to do it like a saw because it wants to just tear, which now will take me forever. Let me glue that back down. You won't see that anyway, so let me. Okay, this won't tear anymore. Okay, this may take me forever. Well, I don't think that you want to watch me do this the rest of the night. So I think what we'll do, plus I have this tool, and it's kind of noisy. It's not meant, for this kind of work, but I think it will work really good on cutting this out, and I think I'm going to use that instead because this is going to take forever. Okay, so let's just recap this of what we're going to do. Now, who was it? I forgot who suggested it. I gotta find the message. I don't see it now. What happened? Anyway, somebody suggested that I cut this out and then I can position it, and then I can just trace the other one out. Or if you don't want to do that, you can go ahead and, visually line these up, where you want them. And so those two are already marked. So say I wanted to put this like right here, and then you still, mark it up straight, and it'll line up because they don't have to be straight anyway. You just want it cocked the way you want it at the degree that you want. It's all up to you. And then you trace it out. Okay, so then what we'll do is if you guys get to this point of putting your envelopes together and cutting out the holes, you know what we're doing, whatever, means you're going to use to cut these out. And then we will meet here again to learn, boys and girls, what to do next of how we put this together. And we can get it done the next. I only need one more little session, and we'll have it done, I think, because the cutting is what takes the most time. So if you guys get that all done, then we're set to go. Sound like a plan? Oh, CJ said it. Okay. See, she's a smart cookie. I knew I'd keep her around for something. So sound like a plan? Yep. Okie dokie. Sounds good. Sounds good. So I guess what I'm going to be doing is in the next few days, I'm going to do a lot of scanning of those pictures that I got. I don't do digitals, but I might put some copies of those in my Etsy shop. I've never done digitals, but I know how to scan. I know how to post. So maybe I'll do that with some of those. Because if you were to copy them onto like cardstock, and then if you put them I got these. Where are these? Like these. These are like super duper hard. I mean, really hard, like postcards. So if you were to print those out, and then get some thin cardboard and glue them on the cardboard, I mean, they would look super cool. Look at these. This is Atlantic City. And is there a date? It says copyright 1900. So 1900. And it looks like a mouse nibbled on that. There is no date on this. That's not a date. That's just a number of the picture. Get away, you fly. No date on this one either. Well, that's nice. No dates on any of these. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can tell they're old. This is the old theater where Lincoln was assassinated. Oh, joy. And this is date. Ooh, 1893 is a copyright on this. I can't quite figure out what the picture is. It looks like a woman, and there's a guy there, looks like, I don't know, doing something to the woman's ankle. See, there's nothing back here. I don't know if he's putting shoes on her, giving her a tattoo. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. And this is 1898. And these are dogs. Looks like a circus or something. A bunch of dogs parading in a little cart. And this is 1897, St. Louis, Missouri. And it looks like a wedding picture or an anniversary picture. Nothing in the back. But anyway, you could put them on stuff like this and it would look, they would look pretty cool, I think. You did that. And I've got this picture. Oh, that doesn't go all the way through. That's strange. So anyway, yeah, so I think I'm going to be busy. Yeah. Scanning. You can just call me Timmy for short. I'm going to have my own lost family here. Lost relatives. So anyway, get your little envelopes done, get them distressed, put on them what you want, figure out the size of your little niche, get those cut out. If you have any envelopes that, truly are, older, and then those can be kind of put up on the top. They don't have to be cut or anything. We'll just glue those down to give it a more look of, the fly won't leave me alone, of reality. You hunt around for some of things like that. And you can fold up some paper and put them in there to look like they're just regular letters in there. That would be kind of cool. And then we'll do the old hinge-a-rooney and get this one puppy done. I think it'll come out cute. It's already looking kind of cute. That's my personal opinion. Alrighty. Rosemary. Oh, you know how to, Darla knows how to do everything. See, I'm very low tech savvy. I don't know much about anything. I was really surprised that I could set up an Etsy shop, to tell you the truth. I mean, it was like, oh, and there's still things in there I don't even know about. Because one time Shannon was asking me, blah, blah, blah about something. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, in your Etsy shop. I still didn't know what she was talking about. So she had to show me this feature, and I'm going, I didn't even know that was there. So that's me. I don't know. I just follow directions from other people. Oh, that would be cool, Mary. Oh, yeah, we got to give this a name. The name of this project is I don't know. Come up with a name, you guys. Letter Stack Journal. There you go, Mary just named it. Letter Stack Journal. Just so we know what we're talking about when we get back together. Yeah. Uh-oh, Patty just got here and we're leaving. She's gonna think we're leaving her. Patty, look what I got. Have you been here long? Patty, when did you get here? Did you just get here? Patty. I don't want to like, repeat myself if you just got here. Oh no, now Michelle's here. Did you guys just get here? Are you going to answer me? Mm-hmm. They're not going to answer me. Must be a lag. You just walked through the door. Okie dokie. Well, I was telling them, you missed the whole thing, Patty. I was telling them that I got this cool album that I got from you. I got it in the mail. And the stuff that I was going to do with it, I've changed my mind because it's a little too wonky to do what I was originally going to do. But I instantly got plan B, and I think it's actually better than plan A. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this all down, and I'm going to fill this in with something that's sandable. So I'm going to fill this in and even it as much as I can. And then I have, from my old gilding days, I have some gold, and I'm going to gild this whole thing in gold, and then antique it, and all of this is just going to go, it's going to pop, and it's going to be gorgeous. And I think it's going to be pretty. I think so. And you tell me if you've seen one of these before. I'm sure you have because you've seen everything. But I got me something pretty cool the other day. And only you will be able to tell me if you've seen one of these before. And if it's unusual or it's just unusual to me. I got to watch the mirror. Whoops. I don't want it to freak out my camera. Oh. All right. This is tin. This is tin. And of course, this has a mirror here. And this says, good luck, Liberty. It's a Liberty Bell. I don't know if this is brass. I'm assuming that's brass. And this is probably some kind of a tin or aluminum or something. I don't know. And it's got these beautiful corners. Everything is intact. Everything is hunky-dory. It even has a working, oops, I hope that mirror didn't get too wacky. It has a working, beautiful latch. And instead of having that bar in the back, stand it up, it has these hooks. I don't know if that's unusual or common. You would know that. But it looked like it hung somewhere as opposed to having that stand. And then I covered that up. And then the back, it looks brand new. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this at all. There's one little section I showed the ladies right here where it's a little rubbed, just a tiny bit. I mean, hardly nothing. And then a little section right in there. And that's about it. And let me cover up the mirror so it doesn't get my camera crazy. And then inside, the orientation is this way. Now, on the inside, there is water damage here, but because it's, metal, it didn't do anything to the front. It just messed up the paper. And then I love this color. It's just it's not full of pictures, but it does have some pictures. And but I just thought this thing was so pretty. Darla's going to teach me how to scan properly. I think that's the last ones with pictures. And then as you go through it, this hasn't even been lifted and perforated. I don't think it's ever been used. And the gold is just so vivid and so pretty. It looks, this part right here looks brand new. The part in the middle looks brand new. And then when you get to the back, the very back page, this starts to have a little bit of water damage. And then this is the last page. Yeah, this is the last page. And it does have the water damage. And this is, you know, glued down. And so basically the front and back cover on the inside has water damage. Other than that, it's cool beans. Cool beans. Much there. Anyway, so I never find nothing, but I only found this because a friend of mine knew somebody in town that was clearing out their place for their, I don't know, it was their parents or their grandparents. And so we went over there. Other than that, I never find nothing in this town. You've heard me complain to you before. Absolutely nothing. And then, oops, that's the one I got from you. And then they had a ratty one that, you know, if you blow on it, you know, it's going to tear the fabric. It's just so thin and used. This all used to be velvet, and all the velvet obviously is gone. There's a tiny bit left back here. Wait a minute, where did I get this one? No, wait. I got that one. Oh, never mind. I don't even know. I don't even know now. I messed myself up on the head. Anyway, here are some cool pictures in here. These pictures are from Michigan. But it's not ornate or anything. I like the ones that have that, you know, that are something worth scanning. And these are really thick. And the babies. We got the babies. And then that's it. But anyway, that was fun. We had fun going around drooling on ourselves. We really drooled. But anyway, we're getting ready to wrap it up. We've been making our little, what did we decide we were going to call this? I forgot. The ladies named it. But we're making a something. This is going to end up being like a box for a journal that we're making. And we're going to cut out these holes, and we're going to do it on all the different ones. We got a an envelope and, you know, made it look old. Only decorated the edges because that's the only part that's going to get seen, because we're going to end up gluing these all together. And we got to cut out the holes, and we just filled it up with old packaging to puff it up. And next time we get together, we're going to have all these cut out already because I didn't want to cut myself on camera. And then we'll do the next step, which is putting it together and make it work. Oh, the letter, I better write this down because I'm not going to remember. This is going to be a letter bundle journal. I think that's what we came up with. Yeah, Mary. Yeah, 100 years from now, they're going to try and open these all up. Oh, gosh. All right, ladies, thank you for showing up. And when's it better for you guys for us to come back and finish this? Because I don't have a schedule. I just come on. Did you want to do it soon, like tomorrow, or did you want to wait till next week so you have time to get your stuff done, or what do you guys want to do? Next Saturday. Soon. Well, that just clears it up. Tanya, is next Saturday soon enough for you? 15 minutes. Okay. All right, because that gives you time to get your envelopes. It gets you time to decorate them, and it gives you time to cut them out. And, you know, if you mess up one of them, you have enough time to make another one. And get as many as you want, you know, have the height you want. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had said 5, but when I looked at 5, it just didn't seem quite enough to me. Because one of them isn't going to be part of it. And, you know, whatever you guys think. Because you don't have to cut all of them. You can have 2 of them that isn't cut at all, and that's your base. And then, you know, you can have 3 of them maybe cut, and then have your, you know, the top ones not cut. It's up to you. It all depends how thick you're going to want your little journal, or what you're going to put in there. Actually, it doesn't have to be a journal. That's just what I'm going to do. So, so you don't have to cut them off. I'm glad I remembered to tell you that. Leave 1 as your base, maybe even 2 not cut, and then cut the rest and leave it for sure 1, maybe 2 on the top. That's your call. You know how thick you want it to all be. Alrighty, clear as mud. All right, ladies, thank you very much for showing up, and I will see you next Saturday, probably around the same time, and we'll get this done. All right, talk to you guys soon. Good night.